Most investors are going to lose 80% of their deals in the follow-up. Here's the exact system our bootcamp students use to turn every lead into the maximum profit. The standard lead follow-up process has one job: move a seller from a new inquiry to a contract without any gaps. Marketing creates those prospects inside of record management and alerts lead management immediately, and then that lead manager owns that first response until the acquisition manager actually takes over. So once your closer actually has access to it, make sure to respond in less than 60 seconds, but typically a 5-minute callback target is a good range to work for. The first 10 days is intensive follow-up with that actual lead when it comes into the closer side. It's going to be daily calls and texting, multiple attempts at different times, and the typical tempo is 3 call attempts plus 1 text in the first 3 days, and then alternate calls and texts for the first week or 2. After every contact, you log the result and then set the new task. And it is so important that no lead sits without any further action or actually any task that's set up for that lead, just to make sure it's not like lost in limbo or doesn't fall through the cracks as far as follow-up goes. And you should be looking for this type of cadence just based on the rough temperature of the lead. Hot leads, you should be doing every 2 days. Warm leads should be every 15 days. Cold leads, maybe every 45 days. And then new nurtures have that weekly follow-up sequence that I just talked about a second ago. And this sequence is totally omni-channel. Calls and texts first, then you can even add in mail if you've lost them or if they've ghosted you, just to re-engage them. So an example would be day 1, we're going to do a call plus a text. Day 3 is just a text. Maybe day 7 is a postcard. And day 14, you can just adjust this by call temperature. But you can use any of these combinations that you feel is necessary. The main thing is setting up that task where nothing's ever lost and just making sure that each lead has an action for the next steps. And as far as daily management goes, everyone must log their KPIs at the end of the day and confirm that 100% of the active leads have a next task actually associated with them. And as far as the weekly pipeline review, this would be like if you have a sales manager or you're really just trying to get an idea of like what's going on. We want to think about like, what are the hot leads that we have out right now? Are there any deals that are stuck? What are the next actions of the pipeline? Just things like that. This system pairs really well with lead nurturing and rehash campaigns so that old records are recycled quarterly instead of just dying. And it really enforces speed, structure, and persistence just because those are the 3 biggest things and biggest points of leverage as far as like getting conversions and just closing more deals. And most of the time, like this is not going to happen on the first call. It's going to typically take 8 touches. And it's all about consistency and just having a good process for the acquisition side and just generally tracking everything that you can and making sure nothing falls through the cracks.